Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade and the City.
City.
I'm your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we are jumping into our review of The Love and the Marriage in Huntsville, season 7, episode 14. It is protected and using. Is it unprotected? Is protected and using
Feeling
protection?
protected. It's feeling protected and using protection.
Y'all, they stretched this storyline out so bad. And look, it even got me tussling with my dude at home. It's just not a good situation.
Because you always asking stuff that ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
I do. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, thank you, Shade Squad, and all of our new viewers. If you have not already, please make sure that you hit the like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's jump right into it and let's get shady. So where we left off, we're seeing everybody. They're sitting down to eat. Stormy and Courtney arrived with chess in hand. They apparently missed their flights, and they're both surprised they even showed up because they really didn't want to be there, but they made it. So it shows what kind of people they are, as Courtney would say. Then we see Chris makes Nell a plate, and so Marsau is in shock. He's like, "Oh, I just never." And Mel was like, "Well, you never made Tisha a plate before," and he was like, "Yeah, when she was like sick or something." But like, no, he doesn't. That's just not something Marsau does, and I can't say I expect any different from Marsau. So then Maurice talks
That's
about
what
how
that's what makes it even worse.
right.
Because you believe him.
Right. So then Maurice talks about how he said, some things that were wrong in the interview with Carlos. Kimmy tries to go to bat for him and says that, she thinks that what he meant to say just came out wrong. And Mel says, no, 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 no. What's more concerning is that you felt that way enough to say it and questions how if that's really how you feel in your heart. And I said, and you could tell Kimmy didn't like that. You could tell Kimmy did not like that.
Neither
Um,
one of them addressed it though.
right. And then Maurice, steps up and takes accountability for putting her in a bad positions and, wishes he could take it all back. And then Nell questions, the band that's on Martell's hand and where it came from, and started speculating whether he was wearing his old wedding band and whether he was hoping Mel would take him back. And, this, I actually was proud of Marceau because he actually interrupts the whole thing and he's like, no, no, no. We said we weren't going to do this. We're not putting Martell, Holt, and Melody Rogers together. I said, I think everybody gave Marceau a hand clap because they were like, oh,
They did. They did.
Marceau is not taking the chance to be petty and be messy. I was proud, Marceau. I was. So just this part, because, it was a little rocky this episode. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so then Courtney gets a call. The babysitter has arrived. So him and Stormy leave to go pick her up at the airport. They've decided to get another house because they have chess and they grown folks and they don't want to share a bathroom with other grown people. And yeah, Marcel offers to watch chess, and Courtney says, "Hell no, you don't even watch your own kids." Notice he never denied that, and neither did Tisha.
I think somebody actually even jumped on that bandwagon
Right.
with it.
I was like, "Oh, that's bad." So then, Marcel brings up, "Why
This
are
is
you
the
talking about
same
baby?"
guy that doesn't know his child had a peanut allergy.
Well,
He
so
can't watch his kid.
well, then, he brings up, "Why y'all keep talking about babies around me? Tisha, how many people have you told about this whole pregnancy scare?" And then, he admits he was upset hearing this and can only jump to one conclusion, and that's she done went and did some other things because he has a vasectomy. So, Kimmy does point out,
I love to see him like squirming about this though.
right, I did. So Kimmy points out that, he has had a vasectomy, but with all the talk in the streets for the last few years, Now is his time to just, trust Tisha blindly, the same way that she's giving him that same trust. And I said, God damn, this is good. I'm not gonna lie. That was the
It
one good
dragged.
part of it.
It
Seeing
definitely dragged.
my soul score. I really don't think it needed to get to the point where literally the whole episode we're arguing. It's the first day of the trip, and we're literally like making this a thing. Like this is really, but we'll get there because I'm gonna have to jump to Teacher's defense because it was just, you don't trust me? Me?
She said, "Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am?" I said,
Right.
where
So
the
anyway,
Tisha?
so then Tisha questions whether Marcel trusts her, and he says he does, and Mel says that, he trusts her as much as he trusts himself. I said, Mel, you shady little mother, you. But
I was here for it all. I was
so
here for it
Marcel
all.
says that he can't believe what Tisha is saying over modern medicine. And then Mel brings up how she believed him through back photos, not really addressing cheating rumors. I said, well, let's go. Let's
Come
go. Let's
through.
get this check,
Come
okay?
through.
So, and then, Tisha basically says she wants the same blind trust that she gives him. And then Nell takes the ladies away and splits the group up because obviously things were getting a little, and again, I think it should have ended there. The fact that it carried over was a little much.
Then all the ladies went to go hang out in the hot tub. Mel comes out with her sunglasses on, okay, because it's just a little shady out there, especially after Tisha's comment talking about she looked like Martell. She feels nobody can ever separate her from this man. So she said she's just gonna act like she do when she's in another country. Okay, chill, keep her little sunglasses on, take her little selfies. Okay, this is what she does. And then she lets the ladies know that she regrets having 4 kids by a man who couldn't make her orgasm. Everybody is in shock. What? The, you didn't give him no pointer. She said, girl, yes, I did. And actually they ran it back. They ran it back where she showed, listen, I need you to talk dirty to me. Teacher tried to tell her, girl, that ain't gonna make you orgasm. She said, what you're not about to do is tell me what makes me do
Thank
what it
you.
did.
Thank you.
Okay. She said, all right, but it's all up in here. Okay, it's all up in here. Maybe you would
I'm
be
with her on
okay if
that.
your man wasn't out giving other people orgasms. Okay. Then they get into how serious I guess sex is in a relationship. And of course, they got to touch on Maurice because of his last interview.
Mhm.
Okay. And
And him
all he
making it
was
seem
talking
like
about was sex.
he
Kimmy
had
feels like
Mary
it was
Janae type problems.
like that's his blow up doll. That's what she there for. What is it good for?
Right.
Okay, so Kimmy just feels like it was taken out of context. But she said she was mainly upset that, she didn't feel protected as a wife. She said that he was on an interview talking about Monster and talking about Kiowa and basically protected Kiowa, but didn't protect her. I'm the wife. I'm the wife here. Okay. And Mel is like, girl, welcome to the club. Okay. Welcome to my world. I've been dealing with that for years. I've for years not felt protected as a wife. Tisha feels like she might have to rethink her whole marriage after everything that went down with Marceau and after everything that he said, and she like, I done held his ass down and he out here not believing me and not trusting me. Then
That's the it for her. It's the fact that how dare you, after you publicly made me look like a fool for how many years, and I've stayed with you,
and I
never
accepted looking like a
questioned.
fool.
Right. How dare you question me? That's what it is. And I'm not mad at her for it. I absolutely understand where she's coming from.
Um,
Whether it
so
be
yeah,
fake or not. Because I think that part of this storyline might have been very fake. And
yeah,
then
because
I
I
think
definitely wouldn't have
it might have
blindly
turned
believed.
real
I
when
wouldn't have definitely blindly believed my husband to that extent at
not
all.
you going to Africa and not talking to me for a month. And yeah.
Mm. Then the guys are outside. They're playing a game of cards and discussing everything that went down. And Maurice is basically talking about how Marceau is thinking about probability while Tisha is thinking about possibility. Maurice is trying to convince him that, this was Tisha was just going off her feelings. She wasn't thinking about his vasectomy. So the guys basically agreed that he does have a reason, to be tripping, but he feels that I'm sorry, Martell feels that he's making it more than like what it should be, but she was still kind of in his ear, like
I was
it
gonna
was
say
kind
he
of
was
candless, talking
definitely
about
in his
women as
ear,
scandalous.
and then
He's
he
talking
was
about
the
women
one
as
talking
scandalous
about
when they
some.
good.
But
And
Tisha, got a new body, and she, shit's body, and she out the house now. He wasn't helping.
at least he saved it for the confession, hopefully. Um,
Yeah, he
and
did say that in the confessional.
huh?
He did say that in the confessional.
And basically, Marceau, he's just not feeling it. He's in his feelings. He ends the game early. He gets up and goes to his room because he just cannot take the thought of Tisha, somebody else shooting up her club. And I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was. It was a little bit. So yeah, like they said, they go back to the room, and then she's asking him like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Because I could tell you're off. And then so he's still. We gonna go back into this argument, and this is why I said, okay, y'all drag this out a little too long. But she's still upset that he doesn't just blindly trust her the same way she gives him the same respect. And it's like, have I ever given you a reason? And he tells her this is gaslighting at its finest. He admits he
The
admits
nerve.
he said that he's not that emotionally intelligent guy, right? That you could, and I said, at least look, at least he knows himself, right? And he's like, but I'm not that guy to sit here and you can tell me something like that, and I'm not gonna think. And I'm with him. He knows himself. And again, she should know her husband and who he is. And so, she questions if you know who I am, as Nell said. And he's like, again, you're gaslighting, all the gaslighting. It's just a lot of, and I understand. It starts to get a little loud. Maurice just happens to be walking through.
I feel like if I was Tisha, I mean, I guess I can understand why she's upset because she is taking him
I'm
serious.
not
She
gonna
does
let
believe
an
he,
argument get
but
that.
I think I would have thought it was funny if I was her. I'd be like,
Not only would I
that's
have
how you
thought it
feel.
was funny, but I'm not going to let a situation get that heated over something that's like not hypothetical, but it's not happening. You know what I mean? I guess
Mhm.
maybe for him, he feels like it could have been very real, but it's not the case. She's not pregnant. Like, I just feel like it's a lot to
You
do.
know what I would have chalked it up? I'd have been like, I guess you always gonna have to wonder. Just like me. I still to this day don't know if that was your bag.
Well, so Maurice is
Still
walking
don't
by.
know. I still don't know if he was in Atlanta with Chris Fletcher. I still gotta wonder. I guess we got a dilemma.
Mm. Well, welcome back. We
Yes.
had some technical difficulties, storms, rain, all that fun stuff. The DMV was very popping around the holiday season. So please forgive us. It's not our fault this time. For real this time. We would have had the review to you in time. But holidays came and I wasn't gonna come, back for 30 minutes through the middle of the holiday. I love y'all. But I'm here now, and we're here to finish the recap of the Love and Marriage of the Huntsville, that is season 7, episode 14. Something about using protection and being protected and all that other good stuff.
There you go.
Uh,
Mhm.
so where we left off was, we know Tisha was upset because Marsau just doesn't believe her blindly like she does him. Maurice kind of jumps in, catches them in the hallway. He's trying to, get her to see Marsau's side. And Marsau just goes back into the room and she decides that she's gonna sleep in a different room because she just doesn't want to deal with him, which I completely understand. And so then from there, Maurice is kind of like creeping around the house, I believe is how it goes. And
Mhm.
um, he notices that Martell has brought a young lady in, and so he is just
Look
like,
like a little kid in the candy store,
right. And
all
I was just
excited,
looking at
getting a
that. And
tea.
he's just like, what are you doing? He looking around the corner and,
Mhm.
oh, Martell brought somebody here. And he watched him walk her out. And Martell
He
noticed,
excited to see somebody else get some because we know he ain't.
well, after he just had this interview with Carlos, he shouldn't.
He- I didn't look. I don't think he should. Period. You can wait, but that's why he excited to see somebody else get it.
It's just, I don't know. It was giving a little immaturity for me.
It
Just
was
I'm
definitely.
saying. I've stayed in a group call like in with other couples, and if they just happen to dip off and nobody's like sitting outside the door, like trying to hear them do it, like we're grown. You know what I mean? Like I just well weird.
Next morning, Martell, he went to go
Thank
check on Marceau. He let him know damn night. And he feels like, it's possible that after, hearing for 5 years that he was a cheater, she might want to get her lick back.
that part.
And you know what? Listen, I don't blame him and I don't blame her. Okay. If she wanted to get her lick back, I mean, it is what it is. And I don't blame him for thinking that she deserves to get her lick back. Then, Kimmy and Tisha, they're talking, and Kimmy told her that she needs to understand that any husband is going to feel some type of way. Uh, that they basically, got their, stuff snipped, and they wife is out getting a pregnancy test. So Tisha says, she's gonna try to meet him halfway. Then Nell and Chris are getting ready to have a team building event for everyone. Well, she let him know that she got a call from Keke. Okay, and she wants to know, do they love her? And if you did, you would invite me on this damn trip. And she decided that since they're mentors and this is a team building event, she should let her come and apologize. And Chris, being her husband, should support her. And he told her he don't agree with it, and she is on her own. Basically, this one is on you, boo boo. Okay.
As it should be.
Um, okay. And then he let her know that Martell had some woman sneaking around the house, which she found super disrespectful, especially, when it's a woman that they don't know. She feels like Mel is in the house and he could have went out and got his own damn place and took the woman too. And Chris completely
I'm kind of with Nell on that.
no,
I'm
I
okay.
completely agree. I completely agree with some petty mess. I feel like he was being petty. I feel like
Right.
he was trying to I feel like he was trying to get a rise out of her. Like,
Right.
because of course it would have came out. Okay. Um, Chris disagrees. He feels like it has nothing to do with Mel. And then they basically cut the conversation short. Because he don't really want to hear it. He, he he's ready to start this event. Okay. And that was the end. And luckily we got through it without the internet messing up again. So I don't know what's going on with Love and Marriage Huntsville, but it was not trying to get me through.
Right. It wasn't even the second go round, y'all. But
Right.
yeah, we just want to say thank you. And
Yes,
appreciate y'all. If you
thank
haven't
you.
already, please make sure that you hit the like button,
Make sure you comment
you subscribe,
and you hit the notification bell.
and make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And yeah, I will be back with some tea for y'all, of course, because Love and Marriage Huntsville don't know how to stay off the internet. But yeah, so I will be back with some tea for y'all. But we want to thank y'all for catching our late
Tisha
review
T.
and recap. And yeah, and we will see y'all in a couple days with the new
The
updated
the Tisha
recap
T.
of the Tisha T. And did y'all see how Keke was like, ain't nobody gonna make me go home? I said, this is not going to be good. Just
Mm-mm.
saying. But anyway, we will catch
You ain't got
y'all,
to go home, but you got to get the
but
up
you
out
gotta
of
get the
here.
hell out of here. Right. But yeah, so we will catch y'all in a few days. In a few days. I will. All right. For another review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Have a good night. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.